Hello. Can you hear me? It's Welcome to me, talking to you. What we gonna do? I decided to record by just myself today because I've been talking about it forever. So welcome to my own personal podcast, episode 1. I'm pretty sure I thought before I'd call it That Ain't Right with Katie from K&D Society because I always got something to say that ain't right. So I don't know what mine's gonna be today, but I guarantee I'll come back to that. Anyway, I wanted to record by myself because I love my husband, but I just wanted to talk. Then I didn't want anyone to interrupt me. Um, and I wanted, actually, no, I shouldn't say that because there's gonna be some moments where I'm like, um, but I wanted to just like stream my consciousness because it's a long story. I guess I'll just start. Earlier today, I was like, I need to listen to Backstreet Boys because I don't know if you guys know this or not. This is why Doug's not on here right now. Brian Luttrell of BSB had some sort of like vocal thing going on, and I guess I saw a thing that it's happened since 2016, but it's kind of bad right now. So like there'll be videos of him performing with them and like his voice just does not sound that good because he's got this issue and it like flares up or whatever. So like damn, feel so bad for him. I was like, I gotta like pay some homage to BSB. So I was listening to that today while I was working. And what's wild is like I was such a diehard BSB fan back in the day, like junior high-ish age, maybe a little before. Haven't I randomly will listen to if it's on like the radio, but like I listened to like the first couple CDs all the way through, knew every word of every song. It's like, how does that stuff stay in my brain? Like, why is that in there? But like when I go to the store, I have to make a list or I'll never remember what I need. But like I can sing if you want it to be good, girl, get yourself a bad boy. Like, why can I still do that? Also, people like to talk about like music today is like so sexual. There's a lot of sexual undertones. I mean, that first BSB CD, if you want it to be good, girl, get yourself a bad boy. I can remember, I think I was in fourth grade, maybe fifth, didn't even know what that song meant, but I knew there's like a line about don't tell your mama or something. When I was at my grandma's, I listened to it in the closet because one thing about me is I got to sing along if I'm listening to music. And I knew my grandma can't hear me singing these lyrics. Like I didn't know what I was saying, but I knew grandma cannot hear this. So I feel like also when we were kids, Let's Talk About Sex Baby was like a popular song. And I can remember singing that when I was like 5. So it just is what it is. And it's up to you as a parent to be like, don't listen to that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how to parent your kids. That's a wild journey in and of itself. Anyway, I was listening to BSB. Well, Spotify's got this deal where like if you finish a CD, it just kind of a CD, an album, it like just gives you like a shuffle of that kind of music. So it's like we got Tony Braxton, we got all these other, it like spawned into this whole thing. And I was like, especially with BSB, but a lot of the other songs, like M2M was on there. Don't Say You Love Me. And if you know, you know that and Mirror, 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 lie to me. Show me what you want to see. If you don't know, you Google it because you should know. Anyway, like those came on there and it took me back into time when I was however old singing those songs so fucking serious because I thought I was good. I still might, but like I thought I was real good back then. And like I thought I was just like a chance away from really being somebody, a singer. So anyway, it took me back to that. And I was thinking about how basically my whole life right now, I would have said, if you told me that in like sixth grade or whatever, I would have been like, what? Like that would have been a dream. So it was like, not my inner child. It was like my inner adolescence, inner preteen. I was really like paying homage to her today. You know how everybody's like, your inner child, your inner child. Like, I feel like I have done a lot of inner child work. Then you get around to your inner preteen teenager. I haven't dealt with inner teenager Katie yet because if you knew me, then you know that girl, that girl was on fire. Driving that teal van, that's who that girl was. But anyway, I was like in my car listening to music, thinking about all this stuff. And then I was like, if sixth grade Katie knew that she had a recording studio in her basement and could record herself and then put it on the internet for everybody to hear, like she'd be shitting and getting, okay? Like, I can't even, like, I'm feeling it for her, me, whatever. And it's like, damn. It's like, oof, 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 you know? So anyway, I was like, I got to go home and record. And then I thought, what am I going to talk about? You'll find something to talk about, I'm sure. And I wanted to highlight how my brain works, like my stream of consciousness. I everybody probably feels like this, but I really feel like mine is one of a kind. Like I don't think anybody's brain works the way mine works because there's so much going on at one time. Like I saw this it's on Instagram, this like reel one time, and this guy was like, I heard this song and it reminded me of this, so then I had to do this, and it was like this whole big thing. And I sent it to somebody and I was like, that is my brain. Like I felt so seen and validated by that. But that's how it is for me. Like I got a thought in my head and then 75 more thoughts spawn off from it. And sometimes it's all bullshit. And sometimes there's like so much creative, good ideas in there that I'm like, why? Like, I don't even like say them out loud or write them down or anything. So I was like, shit, maybe I should just start recording myself as like as a therapy session. I don't know, something's gonna come out of this, whether it's just a lot of healing in the inside from that gal, which if you knew me when I was like 12, you know that gal. So it's like maybe it's that. Maybe it's there's Doug. Doug, you want to come say hi? Doug's right here. I told Doug, I'm like, let me record myself and then we can record together back to back.
What's up? The microphone's on. I know it is.
I feel like it didn't even show up.
Really? What up with it?
The
Hassa.
lines aren't moving. Well, I'm sure they still heard you because it's pretty loud.
Yeah, right.
Okay, thanks for coming out tonight. So anyway, I just wanted to start documenting it because I'm like, I can really get on a tangent. And like I said, sometimes it's complete and utter bullshit. And it's like, that was, oh, okay, I won't say it's a waste of time. Because a lot of times with me too, I'll have those tangents. And eventually, sometimes it's short term, sometimes it's long term. It'll like come full circle and in my own mind, and no one else will understand it. But I'll be like, oh, like, I can't even describe it. I wish I could. That's what I'm trying. That's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to describe it. But I can't. But I just get those moments and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of those if I record by myself. Like I say, I love shout out to K&D Society. Um, I love doing it with Doug because we'll be like laughing about the dumbest things. But like, I didn't want to hear AC Slater's sports today. I just wanted to talk about my life. It's funny because I know like some of this, Doug will probably be like, okay, like I'm about to start in on a show, and he'll be like, time for me to go. I said on K&D the other day, Sister Wives. I gotta let it have its moment, okay? Because that show has been on TV for 15 years, okay? This polygamous family comes on TLC. They got three wives. Well, they got four wives when it starts, but the whole thing is the introduction of a fourth wife. And if you know me, I love occults like FLDS, Scientology. I mean, I love to read about a cult. I don't know why. It fascinates me that people get so sucked into following a person that I don't know. It just interests me. So I've always had a special spot in my heart for FLDS for some reason. So when this family comes on 15 years ago, it's like, oh my God, they wear like normal clothes. They're kind of normal. The dad is a douchebag. The dad is a douchebag, but he's like goofy and whatever. So it's like, okay. And then it's like, so watching that show, there's like some definite underlying tension, whatever. But so you're watching it. Okay, fast forward. Three out of the four wives have left. It's just him and this other. That's a shit show in and of itself. But last year, when one of their adult kids killed themselves, it fucked me up because, like I said, I've watched them for 15 years. They're on their 19th season. Um, and like I watched that kid since he was a kid and he was like an adult. And then we like watched the seasons where like the dad was goofy, and then it's like he got on like testosterone or like steroids or something, and like his whole personality switched, and he's so angry and mean, and he would say the worst shit about his kids, like he wouldn't even care about them. And then his kid did that, like, whew, it just is a lot. And like, maybe that's all I needed to say about it. But Doug's like, he was a hang glider. Like, we don't, you're like, bless him. Love that. Love it. That's my favorite thing about Doug. Like, we will be laughing about anything. I ain't laughing about the hang glider because this is fucking 15 years of my life. And I feel sad for this boy and this family. So it's like, where do they go from here on this show? You got Cody and Robin. Don't get me started on Robin. You could watch the other moms because they're interesting, but it's like, at anyone in their right mind, it's like, wrap it up. You enough has happened, but like the Cody and Robin need the money, so they're gonna keep filming until the end of time. But nobody gives a shit about what they gotta say. And I'm sure the season's getting insane ratings now because they're covering his passing. So like news sources are watching it and covering it versus people just normal. It's going to get a lot of coverage. So I know they're going to have another season. And it's like, when's enough? Like, that's the thing with reality stars. Like, they'll get on TV and it's like they don't know what to do. This is the perfect. Oh, I don't need to keep saying the F word. This is the perfect segue because I wanted to segue into the Valley and Jax Taylor. Jax Taylor from Vanderpump Rules. If you know, you know. He doesn't need to be on reality TV anymore. But at the same turn, him being on reality TV is the only reason that like Brittany is still alive. Like he didn't murder her. Because he would abuse her way worse if they weren't on a TV show and they weren't like kind of famous that she could like go live and say this is what he's doing to me right now, and he would have public backlash from it. But like this man, first of all, The Valley is one of the best shows Bravo's done. Season 2, don't get me freaking started. It's so, so good. It's like, I can't even get on a tangent on that. But this man, Jax Taylor, is like, I'm going to rehab for drugs and alcohol. I'm just trying to change, blah, 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 blah. It's not working, whatever. You're seeing that in real time. Fast forward to now, like the after show, he has a podcast, all this shit. He'll be like, when he discusses it, he'll be like, I need everybody to know that was a year ago. Like, I've changed. Like, motherfucker, you've been saying that you had issues and you needed to heal and blah, blah, blah. Again, for 15 fucking years, they've been on as long as the Cody Brown family, the Sister Wives, okay? He's been on TV, a piece of shit, for that long, and he's still like, he's in rehab and he's like, I just wanted her to like validate and check in on me. Like, you abused her and that's why you're in rehab right now. And she's supposed to check in on you? Like, you're a dumbass. And the only reason that you don't have Scandival level shit is because he's at least dumb as hell, goofy, entertaining. Jax is like roid rage. Him and Cody Brown got a lot in common, I guess. Damn. So yeah, other than that, and you know who else I love? I don't love Jax. Who I love on the Valley? Kristen Doty. Because that girl was so crazy on Vanderpump Rules. And like the girl in my youth, I identified with her a lot, where she would just like get drunk and be like, I have to say it. It's like she's gonna say what's on her mind. And I respect that. I mean, I don't drink alcohol very often because I don't know what I'm going to say when I'm drunk, and I don't like to not be in control of that. And like, I'll be saying some crazy shit, whether I mean it or not. So, like, anyway, I just see a lot of myself in former Kristen Doty, and she has come so far, pregnant, engaged. You're going to see all that this season on the show, but like, she's like the voice of reason. And Jax is like, Kristen Doty's trying to be the voice of reason. Like, yeah, bitch, she is. Because she's been in therapy for 10 years. What have you been doing besides drugs and getting drunk and cheating on your wife? Like, you're dumb. I am glad that we are moving on from Vanderpump because you can find another job, la la, do da dee da. It's done. The whole point of it was so good is because they were a shit show, but they were all real friends, and it's always better before they get like actually famous when they're. So anyway, I'm not gonna watch the new VPR. Maybe I will if it's good because I didn't think the Valley'd be good, and it's friggin' a delight. But I feel like that's all I'm really watching TV shows. I watch so much YouTube. You don't even nah. And a lot of times I don't have the patience or stomach or whatever for certain shows, but like my brain has to know. So like Handmaid's Tale. If you want to know, I just watch recaps on YouTube about it every week, every episode. Haven't watched an episode of Handmaid's Tale. I've seen clips on YouTube, but like the actual show since season 2. Okay? I was watching Handmaid's Tale, so into that. I gave birth to Millie, and I'm like on maternity leave with Millie when Handmaid's Tale season 2 is airing. And in that season, she has her little Handmaid's Tale baby, but she's like ran away. So she delivers the baby and they're like by themselves for a little while. But then, like, she's going to get, like, they're going to capture her again and she's going to get the baby taken away from her. And I am like feeding my like 3-week-old baby watching it. And I was like crying so hard. It was like making me sick. That was episode 9, I think, of season 2. I never watched the finale. Like, I just read online because there's a line I draw where it's like, I'm not going to give you this like sickened energy from me. It's like Grey's Anatomy when Patrick Dempsey died. Spoiler alert if you've never seen that. Ugh. They even said it on a preview for that show. Like you don't want to miss this one, and they showed him. And so I had a feeling they were going to kill him off. I'm not kidding you. I literally cried for like 3 days because I invested so much in Derek and Meredith from Grey's Anatomy. Like, my child's name is Dempsey. Now, I didn't pick that, Doug did, but you better believe when he said that, I was like, yeah, because I loved Patrick Dempsey. So you better believe that. Whether Doug says, Doug, if you ask somebody, he'll be like, yeah, Jack Dempsey. And I'm like, oh, Patrick Dempsey. Like, whatever, man, we can say what we want. I wonder what Dempsey will just be like, it's Dempsey. When Dempsey introduces himself, like we're at the band thing or whatever, they're like, what's your name? And he'll say it so quiet. So he's like, Dempsey. And like, I've heard multiple times, they'll be like, Dempsey. And I'll be like, Dempsey, like the last name. Like, come on, Dempsey, say it loud and say it proud. Go by DJ if you're not into it. I don't know. You're old enough to do that at this point. I'll go DJ, because that's my DJ. I would really be okay with that. Because I always call him DJD. Yeah, so that's the that on that. What else was I gonna say? I feel like I got in a lot of the points that I was thinking about in the car that I was like, man, you should really talk about this. I feel like this is ever like if you've hung out with me before and like we just talked about a bunch of random stuff, like that's what I want this to be, only like I can't hear what you say back. And if you want to talk about it more, we can, but like you could just be talking back to me. Maybe I'll hear it in like spirit, telepathy, because I have that skill a little bit. So maybe I'll know, and then I'll message you and be like, "Hey, I heard you say," and you'll be like, "What?" Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. Um, what if I did Doug's whole spiel? What you need to do? No, I ain't wrapping shit up like that. I feel like I could say a couple more. Oh, here was another thing I needed to say. Millie went with a friend after school for like a play date. And a lot of times Millie wants me to play with her. Like whatever, like draw with her, color with her, but also like Barbies, baby dolls, just whatever we're doing it together. If I'm like, I need to clean, she's like, okay, I'll just clean with you. Like, okay. So like we do a lot together. So like there's been multiple moments today where I'm just like looking around like, all right, so like what should I do now? Like I don't know what to do with this like free time in my, I don't want to say my brain, but like I'm not getting any thoughts interrupted. It's wild. And it really makes me reflect on how like when you're a mom, you have this baby and it's like, okay, well, you're going to wake up every however long. Like you literally don't think about anything but that baby for a minute, like a while. And then even when you have to like start getting back to reality, you're still only thinking about the baby. But then like as the baby gets older, it lessens a little bit. And then all of a sudden your kid is a lot older and you're like, oh, I don't have to baby them. And then all of a sudden they're like, my kids are 7 and Dempsey's going to be 11 on 9/11, his golden birthday. I got a funny story about that too. But it's like damn, like Dempsey barely needs anything from me now. And like Millie doesn't either, but she just likes to hang out with me. But even that I know is going to change someday. So I'm like, I totally, it's a mind trip for moms of like, okay, you have to do everything for this kid and basically be obsessed with them and let your motherly instincts. And then every day you have to do it less and less until all of a sudden you have to just let them go. And they're going to be like, please leave me alone. Like, give me some space to live my life. Like, I understand now why moms have a hard time with it. Because sometimes I think about it and I'm like, damn, what will I do with that free time? But it makes me like excited. But I'm like, I know when that time comes around, I'll be like sad as shit about it. And that's the facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Who's your favorite facts of life? I did not like Tootie. Blair got on my nerves. I'm trying to think of what. Oh, Joe. I thought Joe was cool, but I liked Natalie the best because I was like, she's like kind of chubby. Like she felt most like me. So I felt seen by Natalie. Natalie, wherever you are out there, girl, thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Oh, my funny thing about Dempsey is okay, so his birthday's on September 11th. And like, everybody knows what September 11th is. Well, when he was like a little bitty kid, like 2 years old, I was going to be like, now, son, let me tell you about what actually happened on your birthday. Like, I never wanted to bring it up because I just never wanted to be the one to put a damper on his day. So then we were talking about it like maybe last year, and Dempsey's like, yeah, that terrorist attack on my birthday. And I was like, oh, did you learn about that in school? And he goes, yeah, I asked my teacher, like, what's up with this or whatever. Then I felt guilty of like, I should have said something. But like I said, I didn't want to be like, now, son. Because like if he didn't know this, but before him, I was so obsessed with 9/11. I would watch so much stuff about it at work. It was like crazy. Well, like when I had him, I quit doing that because I was like, I never wanted him to be like, Mom, why do you always watch these really sad documentaries and cry on my birthday? Like, I never wanted to be that. So it's like, we're moving on from that, whatever. So, anyway, he knows about 9/11, knows about the Twin Towers, whatever. So, we're playing this, we play this game on YouTube where it's like, don't say the same answer as me to the YouTube question or whatever. And then we all three have to say a different answer too, like me, him, and Millie. And so it was like, name a building, name a type of building. And so me and Millie said whatever, and Dempsey goes, the Twin Towers. And I go, and I kind of laughed, and because they're not technically buildings anymore, there's just the one Freedom Tower. But he was talking about the specific Twin Towers, and I go, yeah. And he goes, hey, never forget them. It was so funny, just the way he said it. I'm like, you're right, brother. Like, hell yeah, America, that's right. It was just so funny. Like, hey, never forget them. He's hilarious. So we'll say the funniest little things like that he doesn't even realize is funny. And I like that about him. But anyway, yeah, he's going to be 11 on the 11th, his golden birthday. I always think a golden birthday is such a big deal because my birthday's the 2nd. So my golden birthday was when I was 2, and obviously I have no memory of that. So I'm always like, man, it's your golden birthday. Like, like it is a bit, I don't know if people even know what that is. I don't know it. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I probably should get, oh, what's something that's not right? Oh, I got something. Okay. Let me tell you something. This ain't right. Tell me why people on Facebook in this little town of Bethalto complained, bitched, and moaned on whatever groups. Like, 140 so bad. 140, nah, 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 nah. For so long. And then they're working on it. And I swear to God, it's the same people are like, you know what's bullshit? This construction. Like, I'm trying to get home from work. Like, that ain't right. Like, pick a lane, okay? Because you want a new road or do you want to bitch about construction? Because, like, you gotta pay to play, you know what I'm saying? And if you've driven down 140, drive your dream because that's it. Like, it is so smooth. It's wonderful. And so it ain't right that people were bitching about that. And also, I think it's fucked up. Matter of fact, that ain't right. And that's fucked up. This is the fucked up part. That those same people now aren't posting like, man, great job. You guys killed it on 140. Other people say that, but it's not the people that bitched the whole time. So it's like, figure it out, Summer Sanders. Like, get a little joy in your heart because I just don't think that's right to bitch on there. I mean, it ain't wrong, I guess, but it's like, how you gonna complain? Anyway, some people just love to complain, I guess. So yeah, that's what ain't right. So if you did that, look in the mirror, take a hard look in the mirror, work on yourself. You want to make the world a better place? Take a look at yourself and then make that change. I almost hit the stop button right there. Like that. Make that change. And then it's complete silence. I don't say bye. I don't, like, that's the ending. I got, goddamn, I wish I would have. I wish, coulda, woulda, shoulda. See, now I'm going to try to keep, I'm not going to do that. But know that if I record again, that's coming. I'm going to just end it singing like that. God dang, I still might. It's hard to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Coming to this world, you just don't know what you're gonna do till you do it. Then you know, then you don't. Anyway, I'm all done now. I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna go get my husband and be like, babe, I did it. And then he's gonna do his little jazz or funk class to get this up online. And then I'm gonna post it and be like, you wanna hear just me talk? Cause here it is. Wish you could have seen my shoulder shrug. And instead of like walk like Egyptian with the hands out, they were both pointing in. So shoulder shrugs with the hands pointing in. Doug told me I could have like filmed myself too, but I was like, one thing at a time. I don't need the pressure. I don't need it. I don't want it. And I'm not gonna do it, okay? You know from Holes whenever she's like, I'm tired, Grandpa, and he's like, that's too damn bad. I just shut it up. Like I had to clap. No, I just think it's so funny. Just like, except for right now, but to just stop. You know it's coming. So prepare yourselves. I'm trying to think of something else to sing because I didn't do as much of that. I think I sing so much with Doug because it's like either he says something that makes me think of a song, or I just don't know what to say, but a lyric feels perfect. And I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. I don't know why that makes me think of Donnie and Marie. Anyway, I'm done and I'm going to hit stop. So thanks for listening to me and just give me any feedback you want. I'm fucking sure. What am I even talking about? Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. If you want to page me, it's okay. Thanks. Bye.